Husband had been throwing himself into work lately. I actually thought our marriage was getting a second chance. Instead, one of the board members jokingly asked him, "So when are you going to make a move on the little secretary?" Victor answered with an indifferent smile, "Been training lately, feeling great, taking care of a 20-something girl is no problem." In the video, the men roared with laughter. My heart slowly chilled. But later he stood in front of me looking helpless. "It's my fault, come home with me." The one he felt like taking care of was a girl barely 20, not me. I stared at myself in the mirror. My face was still smooth, flawless. 4 years of marriage and Victor was already bored. Hearing him talk like that, I kept my dignity and didn't push the door open. But I was curious what kind of woman had caught his eye. 2 in the afternoon, I walked into his office. The sun was bright. Glass reflected a blinding glare onto her face, every downy hair crystal clear. At that moment Victor was quietly watching her, expression soft. "Mrs. Sterling." The senior secretary at the doorway sounded awkward. And her words jerked both of them back to reality. The girl jumped up at once and said respectfully, "Mrs. Sterling." Her voice was gentle, but she studied me on the sly. Victor frowned. "What are you doing here?" I laid his keycard lightly on the desk. "You forgot something." His pupils shrank a fraction. He calmly closed his fingers around the card. "Got it. Go on home, I've still got a meeting." As I was leaving, I heard the girl ask in a syrupy voice, "Dylan, is that your wife?" The man answered in a low tone, "Relax, she doesn't come around much." In the unseasonable spring cold, I waited the whole night outside the Grand. He never showed. When dawn crept near, I finally understood. He would never let the woman he truly loved take a risk. Back home, Victor was knotting his tie. Seeing me enter, he paused mid-motion, eyes sweeping over me. "Went to check up on me? You're always suspecting me, following me." He sneered. "Got proof this time? Don't manufacture something from nothing." Victor brushed past me. "Business dinner tonight, I won't be back." He turned with a grin. "If you don't believe me, you're welcome to spend another night there." The door shut. The cold wind felt like a blade, stabbing straight to the bone. On my phone, a friend I'd added 2 months earlier updated her status. "Tonight I'm the CEO's date.He. That banquet. I didn't attend. I was running a 103-degree fever. My throat so sore I couldn't speak. In the middle of the night the house was pitch black. No water on the bedside table. Dizzy, I went to the kitchen. Opened the fridge and froze at the sight of rows of fresh milk. When we first married, Victor knew I suffered from insomnia. Hearing that milk helped, he bought it for me every single evening and drank it with me. After his startup took off, he hired someone to restock only the freshest milk. Back then he held me and said, "Wife, I'll give you the best life possible." Now life truly is better. But the Victor who promised that has disappeared. Head spinning from the fever. I gulped the water before it cooled, it scalded my throat and tears streamed down. Just before sleep, I caught a blurry glimpse of that friend's new post. "Young CEO, so charming, he's driving me home tonight." The photo showed the same familiar profile I'd known for years. Both hands on the wheel, eyes fixed ahead with resolve. They matched perfectly. Before I blacked out, I remembered someone once saying Victor and I were such a perfect couple. When I woke it was already noon. No new messages on my phone. But I caught the friend's morning update. Chiseled abs really reach the sky, so thrilling, hey. My head thundered. The phone spun in my grip, vision blurring. Reach the sky. I sat dazed, tears flowing unchecked. I thought Victor would offer an explanation. I waited and waited until gossip flooded every screen. A new girl on his arm. Pampered and prized. Best called. Straight to the point, "Victor's cheating again?" Her words robbed me of speech. My voice was hoarse, half a syllable wouldn't come. Sensing something, Luna slowed her tone. Daphne, I saw them at that Riverdale business gala. All the big names were there. And Victor, knowing full well I was present, still draped himself over that girl. Have you asked yourself why? Why? Nothing more than the fact he stopped caring how I felt. Not even afraid I might file for divorce. Luna fell silent. Then, with a Victor like this, do you still want to keep going? Blood dripped onto the white carpet. I whispered, can you come? I think something's wrong with me. Don't change the subject, what? Morgan. Where are you? Home. I'm on my way. When I woke again, I was in Riverdale. Luna sat beside me, inhaling sharply. You fainted and scared the hell out of me. Thought you were having a miscarriage. Daphne, don't pull the martyr act from those soap operas. Hurting yourself to punish the scumbag. He's already cheating. Your illness won't make him repent. Jordan. I coughed. Could I have some water? Luna snapped to. Ripped open a bottle at once. A man's voice came from behind. She just broke the fever, lungs still inflamed, warm water would be better. Luna immediately set the cup down. I'll go get some. Before leaving, she secretly squeezed my hand. Dr. Hayes, your college crush, is a doctor now, pretty good career. Only the two of us remained in the room. The man's eyes settled on me. He frowned slightly. The virus is vicious. You should protect your lungs, not let yourself get chilled. His tone carried a reprimand, like a mentor's. The dull ache in my chest slowly faded, and I nodded woodenly. Yes. Luna went to fetch water, dawdling for nearly 20 minutes. She finally handed me the lukewarm glass with trembling fingers. Drink up, procured by yours truly. The warm water slid down my throat, clearing the fog in my head. Dr. Hayes had silently disappeared some time earlier. Luna ground her teeth. You haven't answered my question. What question? Victor's already like this, do you still want to stay with him? She tapped play on her phone. Victor's hand rested on the girl's waist. Beside them stood a familiar board. He smirked. The Oyster Bar Uptown outstanding. Dylan should visit more often. Victor's fingers drifted from waist to back. Young girls always keep the pressure on. Laughter erupted around them. The girl blushed. Dylan, what are you all saying? Victor slid his palm to her nape, the gesture unmistakably intimate. Ignore him, he's just a bystander. I looked away. My throat was sandpaper. Luna, find me a lawyer. I stayed in the hospital for 4 days. On discharge day, I climbed into Dr. Hayes's car, cheeks hot. Luna sprawled across the back seat, texting me non-stop. Why the long face? Riverdale's top divorce shark is Rowan's big sis, she'll handle you with kid gloves. Dr. Hayes glanced over. Feeling okay? I instinctively hid my phone. No. He looked back at the road. Relax, my sister only takes female clients. She's gentle, she won't spook you. Luna popped her head between the seats. She's a little chicken. Years of husband PUA, best to ditch the trash ASAP. Dr. Hayes hesitated. Back in college, Alex was still a bright-eyed girl. Luna's grin vanished. Silence filled the car until my phone rang. A low male voice came through. Mom just called, she's under the weather. Find time to visit. Since marrying Victor, I'd always handled his family chores so he could chase deals. Luna's words echoed in my skull. I clenched my fist. Victor, I'm busy. A pause, he hadn't expected that. From now on, don't call me about this. We're getting divorced. I hung up before he could answer. First floor of Vance. At the end of the corridor, a man stood in profile, face stormy. A girl stepped out of an office, cheeks pink. I'm done consulting, Dylan. Thanks for today. She lifted his suit jacket with both hands, picture-perfect docility. When they turned, we locked eyes. Morgan, well, small world. Victor swept his gaze from Luna to Dr. Hayes, eyes narrowing. Too busy for me, but free for him? Luna's tone was ice. Watch your mouth. What are you doing here, escorting your new pet? The girl paled. I'm Dylan's secretary. We're on business. You've misunderstood. Luna snorted. Almost kissing on the sidewalk, sure, misunderstanding. Victor stepped between them, expression arctic. Luna, choose your words. As Luna opened her mouth, I squeezed her hand. I met Victor's stare. Our mess doesn't involve others. Victor, I want a divorce. He blinked, then chuckled. Alex, have you thought this through? He arched a brow. Well, I repeated, I want a divorce. Victor smiled. We're in a law office, perfect. Let's draft it right here. I nodded. Fine. On the stairs I heard the girl's anxious whisper. Dylan, what if Madam blames me? Victor answered coldly, forget her. Let her keep pretending. Inside, Ms. Xu exclaimed, Xiaoji said you came alone, yet the husband's here ready to negotiate. Victor behind me went rigid. His eyes bored into me. You booked a divorce appointment. No one replied. Victor banked his fury. Alex, making a scene here is unwise. Leveled and laced with warning. The girl lingered at the door, biting her lip. Dylan, you said Mrs. Senior isn't well. Her timid reminder sliced through the tension. He frowned, impatient. Alex, I don't have time for games. If it's a real divorce, one day is enough, go ahead and sign. He spun, ushering the girl away with long strides. Rowan lifted a brow, then smiled at me. Understood. I'll start the asset evaluation. My cramped fingers loosened. Thank you. When the paperwork was in motion, Luna caught Dr. Hayes' sleeve. Let's eat, Rowan, Alex owes you. His eyes stayed on me. I twisted the hem of my coat. Rowan, do you have time? I'd already troubled him enough. Gracious acceptance still felt impossible. A slight uptick curved his brow. Avery. At the table Luna couldn't resist. Since you two started dating, Victor's been running your life. He struts like a tycoon, but remember, he chased you in college when he was broke. If not for him, maybe you and Dr. Hayes would've. She caught my glare and shut up. Dr. Hayes kept his gaze on the menu. Slender fingers gliding down the page. Something to do with me? Why stop? My mind blanked. I could only signal Luna with my eyes, say no more. It had been a long time, yet speaking of it in front of him still scorched me with shame. Fortunately she stopped talking. A breeze lifted the hair at Dr. Hayes's temples. His expression was calm. Alex, your taste hasn't changed, has it? I stared, stunned. He tapped the screen. Boiled fish, diced chicken with chilies, Riley. All my favorites. Rowan. He looked up, gentle. What, you don't like these dishes anymore? After Luna left for the restroom, Dr. Hayes said, actually, you've always been outstanding. I was taken aback. He chuckled softly. Back in school, lots of people praised you behind your back. Really? He nodded. Tenderly he mimicked the compliments we used to whisper. The knot in my chest slowly loosened. Then he added, everyone thought it was such a waste when you quit medicine to stay home. A sour ache flooded me. That, too, was why I hadn't been able to let Victor go. I had wondered. If I woke up one morning divorced and alone, where would I go? What would I do? He sipped his lemon water. Looking perfectly natural, he said, my cardiac unit still has an opening for a student nurse. I was floored. Watching him stay so calm while voicing the very thought I'd been afraid to dream. Alex, would you like to try? Could I really? By the time we finished dinner, night had fallen. The house was silent. No lights. From the sofa came a man's icy voice. Had fun with another man? I flinched. In my panic, the papers slipped and scattered across the floor. He rose, strode over, scooped them up. The lights blazed on. He skimmed the pages and laughed coldly. Property appraisal already. Alex, how capable of you. My scalp prickled. I backed away. Victor, we agreed on divorce. He stormed. Have I ever shortchanged you? I froze. I couldn't grasp why he was interrogating me. His eyes narrowed. What game are you playing? Toying with my feelings? I knelt and slowly gathered the agreement and the valuation. I've already signed. His face darkened. I held the papers out. You're in love with someone else, so sign and let's end this before the whole city brands her the other woman. Sign, Dylan. He stared. My skin crawled, but he said nothing. If it bothers you, I'll be discreet from now on. He paused. I'll try to keep outsiders from finding out. I blinked. Victor rarely explained himself. She's young, even if we break it off, it can't be abrupt. I set the papers on the shoe cabinet. It's not you and her that need cutting, it's you and me. The air seemed to freeze. I forced myself into the bedroom to pack. From the foyer came the crash of something thrown. Victor burst in like a gust of wind, gripping my shoulders. Alex, you're ending us? Is it that man? Are you cheating? Did you even ask my permission? I was terrified. His eyes were bloodshot, chest heaving. He lit a cigarette, voice hoarse, eyes pinned on me. I'm telling you, calm down. No matter how great some guy seems, it's just novelty. Once you leave me, you'll be a divorcee. What man marries a divorcee and still respects her? I stood speechless. Only after a long moment did I answer, what does that have to do with you? His face blackened. I hadn't meant to defy him, I'd simply spoken the truth. After divorce we'd be strangers. My life would be none of his business. He stubbed out the cigarette and seized my wrist. Alex, I'm a man. Steamed rice is fine, but who eats it every single day? A normal person wants bread or noodles too. Except for loyalty, I've given you everything. People can't be greedy, you get that, right? I stared at his hand. Let go. He froze. I said, Victor, I loathe you. Furious, he released me. What aphrodisiac did that bastard feed you? He kicked a chair aside. Even if you run to him, do you think he's never slept with another woman? I answered steadily, Dr. Hayes is no bastard. He's my college classmate and the friend who's helping me now. I've never attacked the people around you, don't you dare insult mine. He stared a few seconds, then gave a bitter laugh. Your friend? A married woman out making friends? I looked at him and suddenly failed to see the point of these years of marriage. How had I not noticed this selfishness until he cheated? I turned and kept packing. The suitcase wheels screeched across the floor. Just sign. I don't want to go to court, a public brawl helps no one. Stepping outside. I heard glass shatter in the living room. Walk out that door and don't ever come back. The elevator descended to the lobby. At last my heart felt steady. Night had fallen, but inside me the sky was clear. Luna rushed up. That jerk didn't hurt you, did she? She looked me over. You should have let me go up with you. Rowan and I were pacing down here like crazy. Rowan? I glanced behind her, puzzled. A black sedan flashed its lights. I stammered, didn't Rowan leave earlier? The man got out and took the 2 suitcases from my hands. Moving house isn't a one-woman job. Flustered, I followed him into the car. I would stay at Luna's for now. Rowan set the cases down, his tone kind. Rest first, I'll call about the internship. After he left, Luna winked. Daphne, can't you tell? Dr. Hayes is still into you. I lowered my head. Let's not talk about that again. Someone as radiant as he is should never be entangled with me. This isn't repaying kindness, it's repaying kindness with betrayal. Riverdale Hospital. The sound of charts being flipped was unnaturally sharp. Everyone moved with calm precision. Someone whispered, doesn't look like some little intern, must have pull. Dozens of eyes pinned me. My cheeks burned. Measured footsteps approached from behind. Dr. Hayes came smiling, 2 bubble teas in his hands, and set them on the nurse's station. Emery, Swamped. This is my classmate Alex, look after her for me. I brought drinks, everyone help yourselves. The murmuring died. The charge nurse glanced up, startled. Rowan's classmate? No wonder she got in, Ellis. A warm cup was pressed into my hand. You're just getting over being sick, skip the cold stuff. Dr. Hayes didn't linger. I curled my fingers around the cup. When I shifted my grip, I saw half sugar scrawled on the sleeve. Exactly the way I like it. The moment he left, the circle closed in. Alex, you actually know Rowan? He's the most mysterious attending in the unit. Was he dating back in college? Never pictured Rowan helping an old friend. He's usually ice cold. The girls' tones flipped like switches. The charge nurse coughed twice and they scattered. I stared toward the doctor's office, dazed. Dr. Hayes really is a good man. End of day 1. Luna insisted on celebrating. She called it the first day of my new life. The hot pot broth rolled crimson, sending up white steam. Across the table Dr. Hayes sat in a white shirt capped with a cartoon apron. Welcome to the team, colleague, happy end of shift. The plain words carried a teasing lilt. My eyes stung. Glasses clinked. Luna shouted, Alex, happy rebirth. Then my phone rang. I grabbed it to hide my wet eyes. A man's drunken voice slurred, Alex, where are you? I said nothing. Victor went on, the milk's about to expire, want me to renew the subscription? I froze. I knew what he meant. He still remembered my insomnia habit. After I moved out, I thought the divorce would keep me awake. Instead, I'd slept straight through the night. It had been ages since I felt that grounded. I paused. Cancel it. Don't ask me again. A deep exhale traveled down the line. What exactly do you want? To turn the whole city against me? I told you, the only Mrs. Sterling is you. Someone slid a heaping plate of boiled beef toward me. Dr. Hayes's gaze was steady. Meat's ready, eat while it's hot. On the phone the man snapped, out this late, with some guy? I drew a slow breath. I'm busy. Contact me after the papers are signed. I hung up, heart in tangles. Before I could finish my wine, the phone vibrated again. A message from Victor. The day you moved out, I saw that man with you. I stared, unable to decode his meaning. I simply blocked him. I set the phone down and raised my glass to Luna. I'm a lightweight. Dizziness hit before the food was gone. For no reason Luna stuffed me into the back seat. Dr. Hayes slid in beside me. Maybe the alcohol surged, I could feel the heat radiating from him. He leaned back, murmuring something under his breath. My face burned, but I kept a prim distance. At home, Luna was suddenly sober. Daphne, why not consider Rowan? Didn't you say he was your type in school? My head gave a hollow boom. I'm still married. Besides, even divorced, I'm not good enough for him. His low voice echoed in my skull. Alex, you're fine. Don't mind what people think. You really are fine. The first weeks were brutal. Luckily, I still had some foundation. Once I'd sorted the routines, I met Attorney Hayes after shift. Victor refused to sign. The lawyer advised me to gather evidence and take it to court. Before we wrapped, he asked, "Are you absolutely sure about the divorce?" "I'm sure." I texted Victor the news. Not long after, I ran into him under Luna's building. His face was dark. He closed the distance in 3 steps. "Impressive, Alex." I stepped back. He followed, reeking of alcohol. "Why the hell must we divorce? Is it because of him, or because I stopped touching you?" Rage flared. He slammed me against the wall. The stink of liquor mixed with his cologne rushed at me. In the dark corner of the complex, I wrenched free and shoved him. Slap, sharp and clear, the motion sensor light blazed. Victor froze, rubbing his jaw, eyes turning unreadable. "Feel better now?" My vision blurred. Suddenly someone lunged from behind, catching my wrist, shielding me. "Jamie, Alex has filed for divorce." Victor's face blackened. Marriage business is none of yours. Rowan's tone stayed gentle but steel hard. Alex is determined to end it. He barred the way. As her friend, I won't watch you hurt her. Victor sneered. Friend? You think nobody sees your little scheme? Dr. Hayes hesitated in front of me. Yes, once the divorce is final I'll pursue Alex, but by then she'll owe you nothing. Before he could finish, a fist crashed into his face. I gasped. The two men grappled right there, punches flying, neither yielding. We ended up at Riverdale Precinct. Inside the mediation room both bore bruises. Dr. Hayes spoke softly, "Don't be afraid, it'll all work out." I clenched my fists. Victor threw the first punch. "Officer, I testify." His face was storm-dark. Smack, his palm hit the table. "Alex, don't forget who your husband is." My palms were sweating. I clenched my teeth and answered, "After the hearing, I won't be." Victor froze. A flicker of bewilderment and helplessness flashed in his eyes. For an instant I wondered if I'd imagined it. I stepped out of the Riverdale precinct, my pace hesitant. "Rowan, thank you." He stopped. Injured, yet still every inch the gentleman. "Why thank me?" I flushed but pressed on. "For stepping forward, even, for risking your reputation for me." Dr. Hayes frowned, his gaze boring into me. "Alex, I'm not the type to drag myself down just to help someone else." I froze. His lips parted slowly. "I truly plan to pursue you once you're divorced. There's nothing to doubt. You're far better than you think, perfect, in fact." I fled in panic. Luckily, the hearing was almost upon us. I had no time to dwell. My phone rang, unknown number. A man's hoarse voice, "Alex, let's talk." I stayed silent. A lighter clicked on the line. "I thought it was just routine boredom," he rasped, "but when I saw you leave with him I knew I couldn't bear it. I didn't sleep last night, wondering if you'd come home. Wife, I was wrong. Cut him off, I'll end the affairs, let's start over, have a child, the three of us." I almost laughed. "Isn't there already a child?" "What?" Victor's voice cracked, breath ragged. "Alex, you're pregnant. Where are you?" Footsteps, he was running, then abrupt silence. "Tell me," he ventured, "is the baby his or mine?" My head roared. I shook, humiliation flooding every vein. I sucked in air and bit out, "Yours." His wife admitted it herself. He went still. "Your secretary's positive pregnancy test is trending on Instagram. Want me to forward it?" Silence stretched forever. I hung up. This farce of a marriage turned my stomach. Court day. Victor sat opposite, eyes locked on me. Every item I claimed in the division he signed away without protest. When the gavel fell, he waited by the door. "If I hadn't kept you waiting outside that night, would we be here?" "We'd still be here." Bewildered, he watched me climb into the car with Luna. He'd forgotten that long-ago promise in college, "I'll never change." Young love feels eternal, but vows expire the moment they're spoken. The settlement was generous. I stayed at Riverdale General and worked like a fiend. Luna was right, Victor had spent years eroding my confidence. I studied to bridge every gap his cage had carved in me. Head-down diligence earned praise from charge nurses and patients alike. Life picked up speed. The cardiac unit admitted several elderly men bored by nothing but stocks. "Brother, hear the latest." Sterling Corp's shares dropped limit down twice. Another sighed. "How many poor fools will jump?" I live in Sterling Heights, same as the CEO's mother, her health's poor and even the daughter-in-law's gone AWOL. Probably swamped. My hands paused, I smiled. "Let's get your temp first, I'll log your vitals in a sec." "Hey, she looks like that daughter-in-law." "Cut it out. Alex is our prettiest nurse, lucky to have her." Both men laughed, coughed, laughed again. Reality, rough-edged yet warm. "Taylor." Drunk, Luna threw her arms around me. "Daphne, you're finally back." For no reason we both burst into tears. Next morning my eyes were puffed shut. At the nurse's station waited a bottle of iced water and a note, "Apply and heal fast." The scribble was unmistakably his. A colleague whispered, "Rowan's seriously sweet on you." I tensed, forced a grin. "Old classmate, he keeps an eye on Mom for me." She smirked, too polite to debunk the lie. Dr. Hayes acted oblivious inside the hospital. I thought the matter buried until, at the team dinner, Luna got wasted and cornered me. "Why not give Dr. Hayes a shot?" I rambled out excuses. She squeezed my hand. "Even if you're not in love, try. His past is stainless. Stop caging yourself. Why can't we do what men do?" Before I could answer, she flopped over, fast asleep and crooked. That night her words replayed. I tossed, turned, and my screen lit up, "Can't sleep?" Dr. Hayes. Some thread pulled me to the window. Headlights blinked below. I ran down. Dr. Hayes, cheeks flushed, couldn't sleep either, went for a drive. He rambled about childhood antics until the spring breeze, laced with blossom scent, drifted over us. Eyes closed, I tasted the hush. A brand new life could begin this gently, this beautifully. Thank you for listening. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate today's story? If you enjoyed, please like and share with friends. We'd love to read your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more. See you next time.